Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Let's chant one round of japa with Srila Prabhupada. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namne Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudirayet Nashtaprayeshva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatyuttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रीमद् भगवद गीता एज इट इज की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, सामवेद गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to today's session of Srimad Bhagavatam for all. Let's recite the shloka. Does anyone need to go first? Okay, Aditi Lata Mataji. Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 9, text 24. Go ahead. I don't hear you. You're on mute.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, go ahead.
Aham hi sarvam yajnanam bhokta cha prabhurev cha na tu mam abhijananti tatvan taschanta
Tatve nataschavantite.
tatve nataschavantite. Translation. I am the only enjoyer and master of all sacrifice. Therefore, those who do not recognize my true transcendental nature fall down. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Anyone else need to go first? Then we'll go in order. Achit Priya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. If someone wants to put Hare Krishna. I heard someone's voice, so I thought maybe they want to recite.
Go ahead, Mataji.
Aham hi sarva yajnanam bhakta cha prabhurev cha nato mam abhijananti tatvena tas chayanti. Translation by Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation: I am the only enjoyer and master of all sacrifices. Therefore, those who do not recognize me, my true transcendental nature fall down. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Achintadev Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to the assembled devotees.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Prabhuji. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Please repeat, Prabhuji. Aham hi sarva yajnanam
Aham hi sarva yogyanam
bhokta cha prabhureva cha
bhokta cha prabhureva cha
natu mam abhijananti
natu mam abhijananti
tatve nataschavantite.
tatve na aschavantite. Translation: I am the only enjoyer and master of all sacrifices. Therefore, those who do not recognize my true transcendental nature fall down. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Mataji. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Aham hi sarva yajnanam bhokta cha prabhurev cha na tu mam abhijananti tatve nataschayavantite. I am the only enjoyer and master of all sacrifices. Therefore, those who do not recognize my true transcendental nature fall down. Thank you, Mata.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Inba Inya. Jai Shri Mataji. Jai Ganesh Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Dandavat Pranam Mataji. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Aham hi sarva yajnanam bhokta cha prabhurev cha natu mam abhijananti tatve natasyavanti te. I am the only enjoyer and master of all sacrifices. Therefore, those who do not recognize my true transcendental nature fall down.
Thank you.
Didn't recite last, Mataji.
Yeah.
Prabhuji is traveling to Vellore, so he's not here.
Okay. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you.
Yeah. So next, Isha is here. Krishna, Shish, Madhava, Rasapriya. Take out your headset, making too much noise.
Wait.
Maybe Rasapriya can recite in the meanwhile. Rasapriya, you recite. Still, maybe it's the computer, I don't know. Anyway, go ahead, Rasapriya.
Aham hi sarva yajnanam bhokta cha prabhurev cha nato mam abhijananti tatvena taschavantite.
Yeah.
I'm the only enjoyer and master of all sacrifices. Therefore, those who do not recognize my true transcendental nature fall down.
Yeah. Madhava.
Aham hi sarva yajnanam
Do it through Rasapriya's computer.
Aham hi sarva yajnanam
Bhokta cha prabhurev cha nato mam abhijananti tatve natasya. I am the only enjoyer and master of all sacrifices. Therefore, those who don't recognize my true transcendental nature fall down.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, Inbanya, you ready?
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Aham hi sarva yajnanam bhokta cha prabhurev cha na tu mam abhijananti tatvena tasyavanti te. Translation. I am the only enjoyer and master of all sacrifices. Therefore, those who do not recognize my true transcendental nature fall down.
Yeah. Inya.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Aham hi sarva yajnanam bhokta cha prabhurev cha na tu mam abhijananti jananti tatve na tashyavanti te. I am the enjoyer and master of all sacrifices. Therefore, those who do not recognize my true transcendental nature fall down.
I am the only enjoyer.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay.
I am the only enjoyer and master of all sacrifices.
Yeah.
Therefore, those who do not recognize my true transcendental nature fall down.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Okay, next, Medha and Usha Mataji. Actually, Kalpesh Prabhu. Kalpesh Prabhu and Sonia Mataji. Yeah. Go ahead, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Aham hi sarva yajnanam bhokta cha prabhureva cha na tu mam abhijananti chavanti te. Translation. I am the only enjoyer and master of all sacrifices. Therefore, recognize my true transcendental nature falls down. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Sonia Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dalvat Pranam.
Pranam Mataji. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Yes, Mataji.
Aham hi sarva yagnanam bhokta cha prabhureva cha na tumam abhijananti tatve na te
Natas. Tatve Natas.
tatve na tashyavanti te. Translation. I am the only enjoyer and master of all sacrifices. Therefore, those who do not recognize my true transcendental nature fall down. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Okay. Medha and Usha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandot Pranams, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to the assembled devotees.
Dandot Pranam Mataji. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Aham hi sarva yajnanam bhokta cha prabhureva cha natu mam abhijananti tatvenantas chavanti te. Translation. I am the only enjoyer and master of all sacrifices. Therefore, those who do not recognize my true transcendental nature fall down.
Yes.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you.
Meta is coming.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Aham hi sarva yajnanam bhokta cha prabhureva cha natumam abhijananti tatvena tasyavanti te. Translation. I am the only enjoyer and master of all sacrifices. Therefore, those who do not recognize my true transcendental nature fall down.
Yes. Priyank, Mataji is not able to read. So Saujanya Mataji and Pragnya are here. No. Suhraj Purti. No. So did anyone not recite yet?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Sorry. I'm so sorry, Mataji. Please.
No problem Mataji. Dandot Pranam, Jai Srila Prabhupada, Jai Guru Maharaj.
Dandat Pranam Mataji. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Jai Guru Maharaj.
Aham hi sarva yajnanam bhokta cha prabhurev cha natu mam abhijananti tatvena tashyavanti te. I am the only enjoyer and master of all sacrifices. Therefore, those who do not recognize my true transcendental nature fall down. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Lokesh.
Aham hi sarva yajnanam bhokta cha prabhureva cha न तु नाम अभिजानाति न तु माम अभिजानाति जानन्ति तत्त्वेन तत्त्वेनातश्च्यवन्ति ते. I'm the only enjoyer and the master of all sacrifices. Therefore, those who do not recognize my true transcendental nature fall down. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you.
Prabhu is not there, Mataji.
Okay. Yeah. Anyone else? I covered everyone. Okay. Bhagavad Gita 9:24. Aham hi sarva yajnanam bhokta cha prabhureva cha natu mam abhijananti tatve natascha te. I am the only enjoyer and master of all sacrifices. Therefore, those who do not recognize my true transcendental nature fall down. Achit Priya Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. We like we want to recite, but we forget, Mataji, after the class that we have to memorize this sloka. How to remember that?
You told
In
me
this
yesterday.
goes on.
No, yesterday you sent a message about mananam. That's what you have to do. After Shravanam, the next step is mananam. Mananam means you have to recollect. So during the day, after the class, you try to recollect the verse. And if you're not able to recollect, then you quickly look at the verse and then you close the book. And while you're cooking or you're doing, just recollect it. That's the way to memorize it. You'll have to recollect it. Without recollection, it won't come.
That's nice, but I was asking, like, I'll forget that we are memorizing this sloka. We have to learn that part. I'm saying that.
You forget that you have to learn it. That's why we do it every day for 7 days. So you forget the first day, then the second day you'll remember, I forgot to memorize it, so I'll do it today. And second day again, if you forget, then third day when we do again, I forgot again. So when you become serious that you want to remember, then Paramatma helps you. Paramatma will remind you, oh, you're supposed to memorize it like that.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 20. Bali Maharaj surrenders the universe to Vamandev. So yesterday we were seeing, so this is Bali Maharaj speaking to Shukracharya. So first of all, what did Bali Maharaj say? He thought about what Shukracharya said, contemplated, and in his mind he decided, I'm going to offer everything to Vamandev. I'm not going to listen to what Shukracharya said. Even if he's my guru, I'm going to follow what I'm supposed to do. And then he agreed with Shukracharya and he said, yes, whatever you said is right. I should give up that religious principle which will actually jeopardize my all these other things, right? My sense gratification, this and that. But what actually he meant was the highest principle is surrendering everything to the Lord. For that, we can sacrifice any other sub-religious principle. So even if it is being obedient to the Guru, if that is against the principle of surrendering everything to the Lord, then I'm going to reject that principle. Then he said how he was the grandson of Prahlad Maharaj. So Prahlad Maharaj is a great devotee of the Lord, right? The Lord appeared for him. And I'm his grandson. I have that type of reputation. How can I cheat a Brahmana just for the sake of some material profit? Not profit, yeah, holding on to my material assets. How can I cheat out of greed for material wealth? I cannot do that. So there also we understood that Prahlad Maharaj, how Bali Maharaj got this type of Ananya Bhakti to the Lord because of the mercy of Prahlad Maharaj. That's how. When you get Kripa, then that's how he got this type of understanding. Also, he's talking about truthfulness. Nothing is more sinful than being untruthful. The earth cannot bear the weight of even one liar. Then how I can lie to a Brahmana like that, right? And I don't fear going to hell. I don't fear poverty. I don't fear distress or even falling down from my position. What to speak of all these things? I don't even fear death. But I fear cheating a Brahmana. then, my dear Lord, you can see that whatever material assets that I have acquired, any person has acquired in this life, at the end of this life, at the time of death, he has to part with it anyway. So, for the sake of holding on to that, which is going to go away anyway, why should I cheat a Brahmana? He already made a point that I can suffer any type of miseries, any type of distress in exchange for not cheating a Brahmana. So, simply for the sake of some wealth, which I'm going to lose anyway at the time of death, why should I cheat a Brahmana? Like that. So, that was text 6. What was the purport? So, Srila Prabhupada explained that Vipra means Brahmana. And yeah, Prabhupada is saying Vipra means Brahmana and Vipra also means confidential. This is the important thing, right? So why he is saying Brahmana, I won't cheat a Brahmana. This point we didn't discuss so much yesterday. So see, again and again in these past 3 verses, what we are seeing, Bali Maharaj is saying, I cannot cheat a Brahmana, I can lose wealth, I can suffer, going to hell, I don't fear death, I cannot tell lies, but I cannot cheat a Brahmana. Again and again he's saying Brahmana, Brahmana. He's not saying the Supreme Lord. His point is, so Srila Prabhupada, our acharyas coming through Srila Prabhupada, they are explaining that Brahmana, this is the beauty of Sanskrit language. One word will have many meanings. So Brahmana means a learned person, a Vipra, but Brahmana also means confidential. That means Bali Maharaj is being equivocal here. Like he's trying to give one meaning to his guru, but actually he means something else. He's actually trying to please the Supreme Lord, but he's saying, how can I cheat a Brahmana? But actually he's actually hiding he's keeping it confidential. Why? Why he is keeping it confidential? Because if he said directly, I want to offer everything to the Supreme Lord, this is the highest religious principle, then Shukracharya will not like it. He'll be very displeased. And same with all the asuras, they will all become very displeased. So therefore, he said in an equivocal way. That's the point. So that the word Brahmana, that's the thing here, right? Vipra means Brahmana, but Vipra also means confidential. So he's keeping his intention confidential. Although he's revealing it to them that he has to give, but why he's keeping it confidential. Like that. Okay.
Diplomatically.
Huh?
He's saying it diplomatically.
Diplomatically, yeah. The word Vipra means Brahmana, and at the same time it means confidential. Bali Maharaj had confidentially decided to give the gift to Lord Vamandev without discussion. But because such a decision would hurt the hearts of the asuras and his spiritual master Shukracharya, he spoke equivocally. Bali Maharaj, as a pure devotee, had already decided to give all the land to Lord Vishnu. How we'll understand this if the acharyas didn't explain? If we were simply reading the translations, how we'll understand what is in the heart of Bali Maharaj? How much we are indebted to our acharyas, right? Next verse. So today, Jayashree Mataji will read, and then Madhava and Rasapriya will read, and then Kalpesh Prabhu and Sonia Mataji, and then Lokesh, in that order. Okay. Shreyah kurvanti bhutanam sadhavo dustya jasubhihi dadhyanshibi prabhritayah ko vikalpo dharadishu. Yes, Mataji, Jayashree Mataji.
Dahishi,
Dadhichi.
Sibi, and many
Your internet is weak, Mataji. It's
were willing to sacrifice even their lives. Dadichi.
Yeah, now it's clear. Go ahead.
Dadichi, and for the benefit of the people in general. This is consideration.
Okay, you read it? Dadichi, Shibi, and many other
What is the
great...
serious consideration against it?
Yes, ma'am.
You're not able to hear me?
Yes. Thank you. Dadichi, Shibi, and many other
Okay,
great
madam.
personalities were willing to sacrifice even their lives for the benefit of the people in general. This is the evidence of history. So why not give up this insignificant land? What is the serious consideration against it? Yeah. Your internet was lagging, so there was a, communication was getting delayed. Okay. So who's saying, Bali Maharaj is saying about giving charity. Dadichi, Shibi, and many other great personalities were willing to sacrifice even their lives for the benefit of people in general. So, what happened with, well, we'll read the purport and then we'll see. So this is the evidence of history. So why not give up this insignificant land? What is the serious consideration against it? People are willing to give up for the sake of doing benefit for others as charity. Great personalities were even prepared to give up their lives, and they have given up their lives. For example, Dadichi Muni gave up his life. Let me see if Srila Prabhupada tells that. Okay, he's not telling that here, so I'll just tell you quickly. So, we finished reading the 6th canto about Vritrasura. So the demigods, Vritrasura attacked the demigods. So there was a battle going on between the demons and the demigods. So Vritrasura came, and the demigods were not able to fight him. He was so huge and he was just destroying everyone. And none of the weapons of the demigods were working against Vritrasura. So what did he do? What did the demigods do? They went to Lord Vishnu. I forget, but maybe they first went to Lord Brahma and Lord Brahma took them to Lord Vishnu, maybe. But the Lord advised them that this Vritrasura's body cannot be cut by any weapon. You should get the bones of Dadichi Muni. Dadichi Muni, by dint of his, tapasya and spiritual power, his body has become, so spiritualized by that potency. So you get his bones. How you'll get his bones? Only when he gives up his body, you'll get the bones. So you get his bones, and with those bones, you make a weapon, the thunderbolt. And with that weapon, when you kill Vritrasura, he can be killed. Otherwise, there's no way. You cannot win. So the demigods went to Dadichi Muni to ask for his bones. That means basically what they're saying is, you give up your life so that we can take your bones, and with that we are going to make a weapon. So there's a nice dialogue between Dadichi Muni and the demigods there in the 6th canto. We will see. He will say, how can you ask someone to give up his life? What kind of charity are you asking? Will anyone be willing to give up his life? So then the demigods say, yes, ordinary people, those who are misers, right? They wouldn't want to part with anything. But you are such a great personality. Saintly persons are very magnanimous. What will they not do to give, to do benefit for others? Like that. And then Dadichi Muni becomes satisfied by their answers and he says, I was just testing you. What is the value of this body? Anyway, this body has to be, it will be eaten by dogs and jackals, or, there's only 3 destinations for this body. Either it's eaten by some other animals and it turns into stool, or it is cremated and it turns into ashes, or it is buried and it is turned into, the food of microbial microbes, right? So then it turns into dirt in the end. So these are the only 3 destinations for this body. So if while in this body, if this can be engaged in the service of the Lord, in the service of, for the benefit of others and in the service of the Lord, then that's the best use. What is the point in holding on to this body which is going to go away anyway? Saying like this, he actually gives up his body. That is Dadichi Muni's story. King Shibi also, right? So this also, because these are all great personalities. There's another Rantidev. So, they are known for their charity. So King Shibi, so the demigods, they want to test how great, how charitable is this person. They want to test. So they come in different disguises. So in the case of Shibi Maharaj, the demigod comes in the form of a, like a small bird, right? I think a pigeon. So I forget the exact details now. It's there in Bhagavatam, but I forget the details now. But basically, there's another one attacking that bird. So he's willing to. So the predator bird said that this is my food, but this little bird took shelter of King Shibi, and King Shibi said, I have already given this bird shelter, you cannot kill. So this predator says, but that's my food. How you can take away my food from me? So in exchange, I will give you the meat from my body, like that. So then he keeps on cutting the meat flesh from his body, and he comes to the point of on the verge of even giving up his life. But he doesn't go back on that. He just keeps cutting flesh from his body. And seeing this, actually, they reveal their true forms and they bless him and all that. So that is King Shibi. And King Rantidev. Rantidev goes, he's the king of the whole, of his kingdom. And for the good of the whole kingdom, he begins to perform an austerity where he's fasting, not eating, drinking, nothing for 40 days. Not just him, along with his wife and children, they're fasting in the forest. They go to the forest and they're fasting. And finally, when they completed the 40 days of fasting, not eating, drinking, nothing, and they're just about to break the fast after completing it, then once again, to test, so many different personalities come, right? Some hungry people come, some beggars come. So he has this prasadam in front of him. He gives everything. First, he gives his share, and then, like his family members, everyone's share is given away. At last, they just have one glass of water remaining. And he's just about to drink that water, and a Chandala comes there and he says, my dog is very thirsty. Can you give it water? At that time, he says a prayer to the Lord that, my Lord, right, like this water was going to actually save his life. But he said, let me offer this for the pleasure of the Lord, like that. He just gives that water also. So then this Chandala was actually, I think, his Yamaraj, Dharmaraj. He comes to his original form, being very pleased, like this. So that means, for the sake of those who are charitable, when they give charity, they can go to any extent. Because it is a religious principle. Giving charity is a religious principle. For the sake of dharma, they don't even think about whether, this means I'm going to lose my wealth, my comforts, or even up to giving up one's life. So this is what Bali Maharaj is telling Shukracharya. Dadichi, Shibi, and many other great personalities were willing to sacrifice even their lives for the benefit of the people in general. This is the evidence of history. So when someone is even giving up his life, what is this insignificant land? This person is asking me for some land, and for that I should go back on my word. I should not give charity. What is the serious consideration against giving some land? What's your argument against that? Like that. Purport. So who read just now? Madhava read. So Rasapriya.
Bali Maharaj was prepared to give everything to Lord Vishnu and Sukracharya. Being a professional priest, might have been anxiously waiting, doubting whether there had been any such instance in history in which one had given everything in charity. Bali Maharaj, however, cited the tangible examples of Maharaj Siddhi and Maharaj Dasi, who had given up their lives for the benefit of the general public. Certainly, one has attachment for everything material, especially with one's land. But land and other possessions are forcibly taken away at the time of death. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, Mrityu Sarva
Karastha.
Harastaham. The Lord personally appeared to Bali Maharaj to take away everything he had, and thus he was so fortunate that he could see the Lord face to face. Non-devotees, however, cannot see the Lord face to face. To such persons, the Lord appears as death and takes away all their possessions by force. Under the circumstances, why should we not part with our possessions and deliver them to Lord Vishnu for his satisfaction? Sri Chanakya Pandit says in this regard,
Huh? Done?
no.
Where are you stuck?
Sanit-
Oh, the Sanskrit.
Yeah,
Sri Chanakya Pandit says that one.
yeah.
Sannimitte varam tyago vinashe niyate sati. Chanakya Shloka 36.
Since our money and possessions do not lost, but will somehow or other be taken away, as long as they are in our possession, it is better to use them for charity to a noble cause. Therefore, Bali Maharaj defied the order of his so-called spiritual master.
Yeah. So Bali Maharaj was prepared to give everything to Lord Vishnu, and Shukracharya, being a professional priest, might have been anxiously waiting, doubting whether there had been any such instance in history in which one had given everything in charity. Yes, because Shukracharya is saying, learned scholars say you should not give such charity which is jeopardizing your sense gratification or your opulence and reputation, so on and so forth. So he may be thinking, so this is how the acharyas give commentary, like a dialogue, right? So when Bali Maharaj said this, that I'm going to, how can I cheat a Brahmana? Then Shukracharya may have asked a question. Are there any instances in history where anyone has done this? So this verse would be, yes, there is Dadichi Muni, Shibi, and many others are there who did that. Right? They even sacrificed their lives, what to speak of land, like that. So Bali Maharaj cited the tangible examples of Shibi and Dadichi. So certainly one has attachment for everything material, especially one's land. But land and other possessions are forcibly taken away at the time of death. That's Bali Maharaj already said that. All material opulences, whatever we have accumulated, we have to part with it at the time of death. Mrityu sarva haraschaham. Krishna says, I come at the time of death and I take away everything. In the form of Mrityu, it's I only who's coming in the form of death, and I take away everything. And in this case, the Lord personally came, Vamandev, to Bali Maharaj, like that, to take away everything. So Bali Maharaj is so fortunate that he's seeing the Lord face to face. He's not seeing him out of fear as death. Rather, he's seeing the beautiful form of the Lord. But non-devotees are so unfortunate. They cannot see the Lord face to face. They only see him as death. And what they are experiencing is not bliss. They are experiencing fear, right? It's a ghastly form. Kala Rupa. So those who are non-devotees, to them the Lord appears as death and takes away everything by force. But either by force or willingly, at the end of this life, we have to give everything. So anyway, if it's going to be taken away, why not give it willingly beforehand as a charity for the satisfaction of the Lord? Why wait until he takes it away from you forcibly? That's intelligence, isn't it? Because then you get all credit that you have given it. It's going to go anyway. It's going to go anyway. You cannot hold on to it. And not that it will only go at the time of death. If it is meant to go before that, someone will steal it, or you'll lose it in some, transaction. You'll incur a loss in your business. If it is meant to go, it'll go away anyway. So therefore, even our current gurus also tell that when you have wealth, what is the best use of your wealth? While it is there, use it, engage it in the service of the Lord. Because you don't know in the next moment if it is going to be there with you or not. I forget now, but Vaisheshika Prabhu tells a nice story. I forget now. He said something like, he was about to be killed or something, and then he just gives whatever he has. Some story, I forget. But the bottom line of that, the message of that is, while it is in your possession, if you hand it, you get the credit. Intelligent person is he who understands that this something is in my possession now, but it's not mine anyway. It's not going to be with me. It's going to move. Money doesn't stay in one person's hand. You agree or not? Chanchala, right? She keeps moving around. It won't stay. So, but when it is in my possession, I have that power to use it, to offer it to the Lord. So do it now while you have it. Do it now, like that. So that is the principle of charity. Now you engage the wealth that you have in proper way. Wealth, land, even your energy, this body also. It's not going to stay. It's going to go away. But while you have it, make the best use of it. What is the best use of this body? What is the best use of my wealth? What is the best use of my whatever I have, resources, to offer it to the Lord? So here the Lord was personally standing in front of Vamandev and asking for it. Which foolish person will not give and he will think, oh, let me keep it for myself? That is Bali Maharaj's consciousness. So Prabhupada is saying, Sri Chanakya Pandit says in this regard here, Sri Chanakya Pandit says in this regard, Sannimitte varam tyago vinashe niyate sati. Since our money and possessions do not last, they don't last, they're not going to last. Somehow or other they will be taken away. You may think, I am giving it as dowry to my daughter, but your money is going away anyway. You may think you are spending it or you are, going on a vacation or whatever, but you're parting with that money. That money is not staying with you. So Chanakya Pandit is saying, money and possessions do not last. Somehow or other they will be taken away. Because this is the nature of the money. As long as that is within our possession, it is better to use them for charity to a noble cause. And it is said again and again, what is the best form of charity? Bhagavad Gita also we read. Best form of charity. If you give it for spreading Krishna consciousness, that is the best use of our money. So while it is there with us, spend it for Krishna consciousness. Don't keep it. Because what happens when you keep it? Kali will sit there. Wherever there is accumulation of money, gold means what? Accumulation of money. Wherever there is accumulation of money, Kali will sit there. So spend it. But spend it for what? Not for sense gratification. Spend it for spreading Krishna consciousness. That is the best use of money. This is what Bali Maharaj is saying. And for this purpose, he is defying the order of his spiritual master. And also, I just found this, maybe I'll share it on the screen. Shibi Maharaj's story. So I'll just read it to you. This is Srimad Bhagavatam, 12th canto, 20th. 1:12:20. 1:12:20. So, talking about Parikshit Maharaj, there it is said, this child will be a munificent donor. Am I sharing the screen? About
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. This child will be a munificent donor of charity and protector of the surrendered, like the famous King Shibi of the Ushinara country. And he will expand the name and fame of his family like Bharat, the son of Maharaj. So here is Shibi Maharaj's story. Where does it start? Here. Maharaj Shibi, the king of Ushinara, was an intimate friend of Maharaj Yayati, who was able to reach the heavenly planets along with Maharaj Shibi. Okay. Maharaj Yayati was able to go to heaven along with Maharaj Shibi, being his intimate friend. Maharaj Shibi was aware of the heavenly planet where he was to be transferred after his death, and the description of this heavenly planet is given in the Mahabharata. Maharaj Shibi was so this is the point, he was so charitably disposed that he wanted to give over his acquired position in the heavenly kingdom to Yayati, but he did not accept it. Yayati went to the heavenly planet along with great rishi like Ashtaka and others. On inquiry from the rishis, Yayati gave an account of Shibi's pious activities when all of them were on the path to heaven. he has become a member of the assembly of Yamaraj, who has become his worshipful deity. He has become a member of the assembly of Yamaraj, who has become his worshipful deity, as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. Arre, I thought, here. So this is all the background information, how they actually discuss this Shivi Maharaj's story. Okay. As confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, here, as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, the worshipper of the demigods goes to the planet of the demigods. So Maharaj Shibi has become an associate of the great Vaishnava authority Yamaraj on that particular planet. While he was on the earth, he became very famous as a protector of surrendered souls and as a donor of charities. This is Shibi Maharaj's story. The king of heaven once took the shape of a pigeon hunter bird eagle. So Indra became eagle, and Agni, the fire god, took the shape of a pigeon. This is the thing. Indra became eagle, Agni became a pigeon. The pigeon, while being chased by the eagle, took shelter on the lap of Maharaj Shibi. And the hunter eagle wanted the pigeon back from the king. The king wanted to give it some other meat to eat and requested the bird not to kill the pigeon. The hunter bird refused to accept the king's offer. But it was settled later on that the eagle would accept flesh from the body of the king of the pigeon's equivalent weight. That means he should give exactly the same amount of weight as the pigeon, not less, not more. The king began to cut flesh from his body to weigh in the balance equivalent to the weight of the pigeon. But the mystic pigeon always remained heavier. How much ever flesh he was cutting, it was still less than the pigeon's weight. The king then put himself on the balance to equate with the pigeon, and the demigods were pleased with him. The king of heaven and the fire god disclosed their identity, and the king was blessed by them. So in this way, Devarshi Narada glorified Maharaj Shibi for his great achievements, specifically in charity and protection. Maharaj Shibi sacrificed his own son for the satisfaction of human beings in his kingdom. And thus child Parikshit was to become a second Shibi in charity and protection. So that is Shibi Maharaj's story, which is quoted by Bali Maharaj here. Okay. So Bali Maharaj is saying that whatever we have, it should be given in charity. We shouldn't hold back. Okay. Text 8.
So he became Prahlad Maharaj.
Ooh.
Last line, what did you read? So he became Prahlad Maharaj?
No, he even sacrificed his son, it is said. Shibi Maharaj even sacrificed his son. Here. Glorified Maharaj Shibi for his great achievements. Maharaj Shibi sacrificed his own son. That's another story. He sacrificed his own son for the satisfaction of human beings in his kingdom. And thus child Parikshit. Why child Parikshit? This is actually, these are the glorifications of, like at the time of birth, they come and they tell the future of the child, future activities of the child. When Parikshit Maharaj was born, remember this is from the first canto, birth of Emperor Parikshit. So everyone is saying what kind of a great person he's going to be. He's going to be like Lord Ramchandra. He's going to be like Shibi Maharaj in charity. He's going to be like Arjun in his chivalry. Finally, he's going to be just like Krishna, like that. They're saying in what way he's going to be like these different personalities. So in charity, this Parikshit is going to be like Shibi Maharaj, like that.
Got it, Mataji. Thank you.
So should we just stop here? I know, but there's more in this. No, this is different. Here, we are here. So next verse. Okay, we'll just do one more verse. Text 8. Yair iyam bhubuje brahman daityendраир ani vartibihi tesham kalo grasil lokan nayashodhigatam bhuvi. Whose turn? Rasapriya read. So Kalpesh Prabhu and Sonia Mataji can read translation and purport.
Hare Krishna Mataji. O best of the Brahmanas, Certainly the great demonic kings who were never reluctant to fight enjoyed this world, but in due course of time, everything they had was taken away, except their reputation, by which they continue to exist. In other words, one should try to achieve a good reputation instead of anything else. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Mataji, you can read the purport.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Purport. In this regard, Chanakya Pandita, Chanakya Sloka 34 also says, Ayushaha kasana
Shana
Shana Ekopi Na Labhya
Labhya Swarna Kotibhihi.
Swarna Koti Bihi. The duration of one's life is extremely short, but if in that short lifetime one can do something that enhances his good reputation, that may continue to exist for many millions of years. Bali Maharaja therefore decided not to follow his spiritual master's instruction that he denied his promise to Vaman Deva. Instead, he decided to give the land according to the promise, and the everlasting celebrated as one of the 12 Mahajans. Bali
Vayasakir Vayam.
Vayashakir Vayam.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. So the Mahajans, right? The 12 Mahajans. Bali Maharaj is also counted amongst one of the 12 Mahajans. Why? Because he offered everything to the Supreme Lord. He offered everything to the Supreme Lord. So that this day we are remembering Shibi Maharaj. If he had said that if I give shelter to this pigeon, I'm going to lose my life. So let me just not do that. Would we be remembering him today? Would his name be given in Srimad Bhagavatam? No, right? So Bali Maharaj is saying for those things which are going to go anyway, an intelligent person should not risk his reputation, because reputation will stay forever. That name will stay forever. So you should try to get a good reputation and not even at the risk of losing material things. Basically, that's what he's saying. Yeah. O best of the Brahmanas, certainly the great demoniac kings who were never reluctant to fight enjoyed this world. So the demons, what they do, they're only about acquisition, right? We finished 7th canto. We were reading, and also we celebrated Nishinga Chaturdasi. What was Hiranyakashipu's mentality? What was his consciousness? Conquer everything. I will, this whole universe. He's not satisfied with one planet. This whole universe is now under me. So certainly, the great demoniac kings, they were never reluctant to fight. And as a result of that, they enjoyed this world, no doubt. They acquired and they enjoyed this world. But what happened? What happened? When Hiranyakashipu was killed by Nishingadev, what happened to all that kingdom which he acquired? He had to leave it behind. Someone else got it. His son got it. Right? So it was taken away in due course of time. Except their reputation by which they continue to exist. Acha. So this is Bali Maharaj speaking. Sorry, forgive me. Bali Maharaj is speaking as a member belonging to the Daitya family, right? So he's saying our ancestors, great demons, yes, they have acquired so much property, but what are they remembered for today? Right? The wealth that they worked so hard to get that wealth, yes, no doubt they have enjoyed it, but now that wealth is gone, right? They had to part with that wealth. But what remains behind is their name and their reputation. But all the wealth that is gone, but that reputation that they have achieved, that will remain. So therefore, any intelligent person, he should try to acquire a good reputation. Try to get a good reputation instead of anything else. So again, Srila Prabhupada is quoting Chanakya Pandit, that the duration of one's life is very, very small, extremely small. But even in this short lifetime, like Srila Prabhupada says, make the best use of a bad bargain. This life is a bad bargain because it is very small, very short. So during this lifetime, you do something that enhances your good reputation. This is whose statement? Chanakya Pandit's statement. Sloka 34. Ayushah kshana ekopi na labhya swarna kotibhihi. So try to enhance your good reputation that may continue to exist for many millions of years. So following this instruction, Bali Maharaj decided not to follow his spiritual master's instruction. What was his spiritual master's instruction? Don't give charity to this Vamandev because you'll lose everything. And Bali Maharaj decided not to follow his instruction. His guru said, deny your promise to Vamandev. Just go back on your promise. Bali Maharaj said, no, I will not break my promise. Rather, I will give the land that he's asking for, that I promised to give him. And as a result of this, I will get everlasting reputation. Like that. He actually became a Mahajan by doing that. So we will stop here today. And tomorrow, Lokesh will begin. Okay?
Monday. Tomorrow is Saturday.
That's right. Monday. Thank you all.
Mataji, similar to this, in material situation also people say this, right? That
Material reputation.
a person is understood how he is by how many people are there when he dies. How many people are there with him when he dies? I mean, they say it in a proper way. I'm just using my English.
Yes.
Because if he lived generous life, helping others, and kind to others, then there will be people beside him when he dies. And
Right.
for a mean person, who is miser, will never see anyone there. I mean, he will die alone.
Right, Mataji. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you for joining. All of you have a
Thank you.
wonderful